Hey everyone, are you currently a student at a university or school? Are you wanting to become a singer, musician, a producer, songwriter? Here are a few tips that I have found useful as someone who has been trying to build a career as a singer-songwriter while attending university. One thing I'm going to say straight away is that you should set aside a few minutes each day, or at least 3 to 4 times a week, during which you dedicate yourself entirely to music. That can be just 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever time you have. Just make it regular. Progress is progress, even if it's just small steps. Okay, so there's usually a few things you can do locally or virtually that don't take up all that much time, or don't have to take up all that much time. For example, joining a choir or a band. You can take vocal lessons. You can learn an instrument. You can learn to write songs. You can do that with YouTube. Like, you literally just need to watch a few tutorials and perhaps analyze the music. And through that you learn to write songs, and then you can write songs regularly. Or you can learn to produce. Or you can do all of them, or most of them, depending on how much time you have. Just make sure you're not overburdening yourself. Make sure you have time to just withdraw and take breaks too. If you want to commit, I would suggest doing 1 or 2 of these things. Choosing the ones that are available to you, choosing the ones that speak to you the most. Another thing that is helpful, start working on your social media now. Your social media can be a tool. Perhaps at the moment, you're using it mostly for whoever you enjoy watching. Perhaps at the moment, you're using it mostly to follow celebrities whom you like, or to send your friends fun videos. We all do that. Most of us probably do that. But social media can be a tool if you use it the right way. You can grow a following as a musician, singer, songwriter, producer, whatever it is that you want to be. You can grow your following by putting out content about what you're doing. You can put your learning journey on there. You can put your progress on there. You can put your songs on there, or the steps that lead to building the song. Try out a little bit what works for you and what works for your target audience. See what makes you gain the most followers, the most views, depending on what social media platform you're using. And use that. Keep using what works, and occasionally try out some new things, some new concepts, to see what else you can include. Social media is your friend if you want to be a musician of any kind. Especially if you're an independent artist and you're literally just trying to grow and build your audience. It will take time. A lot of social media will take time to build big audiences, but it tends to be a snowball effect. You have to rely on that, and you have to rely on the fact that you're showing up and you're doing the work regularly, and that will lead you to something. Another thing is, and you can do that instantly, make connections. Start making connections. That you can do locally. For example, if you've joined a choir or you're in a band, make connections. Meet people who like similar things as you, similar music as you. That can help you in your career, that can help you on social media, that can help you anywhere and everywhere. If you make friends, that's a good thing. You can also, if you are learning a music instrument and you are doing that locally, music teachers often have connections to other music teachers. So if you have a band and you're looking for new members, why not ask your music teacher? Another thing, obviously, is again social media. Make connections with fellow artists. Try to choose ones that don't have large, big followings. If they have a big following, chances are they just don't have the time to answer to all the people that send them DMs. That doesn't mean that you won't occasionally luck out, but it takes time to build a connection to someone. And not every big artist has the time to do that with all of their fans, or even just a few of their fans. So the best thing is go for smaller channels that are around your size, a little larger, a little smaller. They will most likely be more willing to interact, to form support groups for each other, and to cheer each other on, just because they are not as surrounded by fans and people who write to them yet. For example, I have like 120 followers on Instagram, something like that. If someone writes to me because they want to connect, they like my music, and they're a fellow artist, I'll gladly connect with them. I'll gladly write with them. I love to listen to other music and see where other people are at. And I think it never hurts to have a few of those people who you can interact with on a mostly musical basis, but you might find friends through that too. And having friends in the community where you aim to spend your career and where you aim to fulfill your dreams. Connections never hurt. One last thing that I think is very important, and maybe you're going to laugh a bit at this, but I have to mention it still. Take breaks. Not just from your university work or your school work. Take breaks from music too. You need them. It doesn't help you if you're completely burned out. That might take months or years to recover from and set you back a lot in your music career and your music goals. Take the breaks, learn what your breaking point is, and don't step over it. It will cost you, and you don't want that, believe me. In the end, building a music career is made up of a lot of small steps. I have said that in other videos probably, but what we see when we look at the big stars, the ones that are dominating the industry at the moment, what we see mostly is that it looks like they had a few massive leaps and suddenly they were atop the charts. Their albums were best-selling and their tours were sold out. What we often don't see is that years of hard, dedicated work went into that before it. Before they had big concerts. Before they sold their albums en masse. Before they reached the top of the charts. Before they became household names all across the world. The small steps are the ones we're doing now. They're working towards the bigger goals. Later on, it might all blur and you'll think, well, it was just a few big steps. Or you might remember, well, I sat down every day and did all the work. Staying with it, sticking it out, even though it's hard, and you're asking yourself, why is it taking so long? Yeah, that's what I'm currently asking myself sometimes. This is what distinguishes you from the ones who will quit at some point in the path because they feel like it's just not worth the effort. If you really want it, you'll find a way to do it. You will. You can do it, even if you're a student. It might mean that the progress will be slow, as it is at the beginning of most things. But again, one step after another, and you keep doing that, it adds up to some pretty damn big steps. Also, don't stress yourself too much. If things are not growing at the rate you would like them to grow, chances are you're just not reaching the right people yet. Keep making connections. Keep putting out content. Keep growing as an artist and learning new things and improving your craft. You will eventually reach the right people. Just have a little bit of patience. I know everyone hates hearing that. I hate saying it because I'm very impatient as well. This is one thing you'll learn in the process of working towards your goals of being a singer, songwriter, producer, musician. Patience. Put in the work, have patience, and see how things grow. Because they will.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you have anything to say. And I hope to see you soon again with another video.